Russia, Ukraine. There's a Russian envoy in town for some meetings. Can you give us an update on how that's going?
We do. We have an envoy from Russia. We're talking about it. We'd like to see that stop as soon as possible because thousands of people are being killed a week. Soldiers, mostly soldiers, and Ukrainian soldiers and Russian soldiers. And you're losing 2,000, 3,000 sometimes a week. So we're spearheading the drive to get it done. Europe has not been successful in dealing with President Putin, but I think I will be successful.
So you talked to Zelensky recently?
Not too long ago, yeah.
How did that go?
Good. I think he's ready to make a deal.
No progress still other than that?
I think a lot of progress. No, he's ready to make a deal, and I think that President Putin is ready to make a deal, and then you'll stop the killing of thousands of young people a week.
Did Kirill Dmitriev say that to your his counterparts in the U.S.?
Who?
Kirill Dmitriev, the Russian negotiator that's in Washington right now?
I don't talk about specific people. I just will tell you that there's a lot of good conversation going on about Ukraine, Russia.
Have you given your approval for the UK's deal over the Chagos Island that Prime Minister Starmer and you discussed?
I'm talking to the Prime Minister about it, and we'll see how that turns out. We have a very good dialogue going. And I think he was very happy about how we treated them on tariffs.
A lot of people were...
President, about the tariffs, do you have any message for the American businesses that might feel the impact of any reciprocal tariffs coming from the EU, for example, or from other countries?
I think it's going to all work out. Remember, there are no tariffs if you build your plant or you build your product, make your product in the U.S. And so a lot of people, there's going to be a transition period because they're going to be building instead of paying tariffs to some other place. But there are no tariffs. If you think there are no tariffs, all you have to do is make your product in the United States. So and a lot of people are doing that. They're moving, like the auto companies. I know I spoke to 2 of the 4 or 5 that are really active, and they've already started moving their parts making things out of Mexico, out of Canada, and into the United States.
So
Did
do
you
you
speak
have
to
a
any
sense
CEOs
of
today?
how long Elon Musk's mission will last and when he will depart?
Well, Elon is fantastic, and I think he's a patriot, and I think it's a shame what they're doing with his car company, and a great car. It's a great car, great product, and it tells you what a patriot he is. He's amazing. No, as long as he'd like, I like smart people, and he's a smart person. I also like him personally. When he endorsed me, that's when I really got to know him. I knew him a little bit before that, but not much, and then he endorsed me, and it was a very strong, embracing endorsement, as we all know, and I would say Elon will stay for a certain period of time, and then he's going to want to get back to his businesses full time, but he's done a fantastic job. We found hundreds of, think of it, just hundreds of, we found millions of dollars of fraud and abuse and waste, and they're still going. They're going strong. They found something today that's horrible. It's horrible. So what they found, well, you'll find out very soon. What they found is incredible, and I give him a lot of credit. He's got some very smart people with him.
Do you think he can finish?
And they're working very closely with our secretaries and the people that are the heads of.
Do you think he can
you would appoint him to another position once his 130 days?
I think Elon's great, but he also has a company to run, or a number of companies to run. That he can do this, that he can find the time. He loves the country, that's why he does it. But we're in no rush. But there'll be a point at which time Elon's going to have to leave.
So
But
you
he
mentioned
hasn't given
auto
you a date, a
companies.
specific date on when he's out.
I would think a few months.
Even when Elon leaves and goes back to being CEO, will Doge stick around in some kind of capacity?
Yeah, it'll still Doge itself. Yeah, at some
What does that look
point.
like?
Just so you understand, I don't want to get it wrong. I want Elon to stay as long as possible. Number 1, I like him. Number 2, he's doing a great job. Number 3, he is a patriot. That's why he's doing this, and it's very costly for him. But so I want him to stay as long as possible. But there'll be a point where he's going to have to leave, and when he does, the secretaries will take totally over, and Doge will stay active. We have a lot of smart people. A lot of those people, I believe, are going to go into the agencies, and they'll work on it from the inside.
You mentioned auto companies that you've been speaking with. Have you spoken to any executives today?
Yeah. I don't want to say who, but I speak to a lot of the auto executives. But we have much more than autos. We have chips coming in. We have steel coming
But
in.
do they call
The
asking
steel
for
factories.
exemptions?
The steel factories are opening up and expanding at levels that people have not seen. Also,
Can you tell us a little bit about your meeting with Laura Loomer and Mike Waltz today and how that came about?
So Laura Loomer is a very good patriot. She's a very strong person, and I saw her yesterday for a little while. She makes recommendations of things and people, and sometimes I listen to those recommendations, like I do with everybody. I listen to everybody, and then I make a decision. But I saw her yesterday. She was at the ceremony, and she'll always have something to say. Usually very constructive.
What did she recommend?
She recommended certain people for jobs.
Adding to the administration, not
Who did she
not
recommend?
firing.
Well, she'll recommend that too. But yesterday she recommended some people for jobs.
Did she have anything to do with the NSC aides who were ousted?
No, not at all.
Do you know how many, sir? Do you know how many from the NSC?
Not many.
Was
Very
it
few.
5, a dozen?
I really don't know.
Who does Laura
There were a couple. That
who did Laura recommend hiring?
well, I don't want to say that, but she's recommended some good people over the years. She's been in the party a long time. She's done a good job.
Do you trust your national security staff is
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
what you
I
want
do.
them to do?
Sure I do. We've done very well. We've had big success with the Houthis, as you probably know. Nobody's been able to do it like us. And they were shooting the boats out of the water. They were sinking ships. That's what they would do. They get a big charge out of sinking ships. And unfortunately, they're associated with Iran very closely. So they have to stop that. But we've hit them very hard, and we've been hitting them very hard.
Sir, did you talk to Congresswoman Luna about her resolution to get maternity?
Congresswoman who?
Congresswoman, about her resolution to allow proxy voting for new mothers? Did you speak to them?
I did, and I would say this. I guess there's two sides to it, right? It's a little controversial. I don't know why it's controversial. I think she's great. Anna.
Do you support her movement?
I think that, and I'm going to let the speaker make the decision, but I like the idea of being able to, if you're having a baby, I think you should be able to call in and vote. I'm in favor of that, but I understand some people aren't. I'm not involved in the issue, but I did. I spoke to Anna yesterday, and she and some people feel strongly about it, and I would agree with them.